When returning home kills, Sommie's story and why diaspora must think twice before taking a plane and move to Nigeria. Family. This is not your regular news. This is one cut close to home. Somtochukwu Somi Maduagwu left for diaspora, chasing dreams like many Nigerians do. But when she returned home, the country she believed in turned cold. She was locked in a flat in Katampe, Abuja. Robbers broke in. She tried to escape by jumping. She begged for help. Yet, when she needed them most, the police didn't show. The hospital demanded ID. The system failed her. She died at age 29 years old. So today, I tell you this story, not just for her, but for you, the diaspora thinking of returning home, thinking all the struggle abroad is over. Please think twice. According to the news, update might change later, but as at the time when we are telling this story, this is what we have, and this is what is in the public domain. Somi was a lawyer, also a model, news anchor with Arise TV News in Nigeria. She was born in London, raised also in Nigeria, and she went back to London to study. And later, when she finished, she came back to Nigeria to do her NYSC. But then, like many other people, she just felt, you know what, let me just japa, go to UK, go and look for some money. And then she traveled to UK. She was working. She was, contented. Money was coming in, even though they were paying her better, more than what she earned in Nigeria. But according to her, she was unfulfilled. Yeah, and the only thing she could do is for her to return back to Nigeria.
And I moved to London at the end of my National Youth Service program, like everyone does, just jackpot, trying to make some money. And I just felt very unfulfilled. I was making more money than I ever would in Nigeria, but I just felt very unfulfilled. So the kind of woman I want to be is definitely having positive impact in Nigeria. She's definitely taking up space. She's definitely not just talking about increasing female participation in politics. She's actually doing something to make that happen. And she's graceful, she's feminine, she's gorgeous, and she's fashionable.
So Somi, she first worked with his son in Nigeria there, and then later now with Arise News as some kind of legal correspondent for them there. And around 2:30 a.m. that same day, there was some kind of bass happening downstairs. And according to people, where she lives was relatively a kind of safe area in Abuja there. So it was surprised that such people, they could gather themselves and walk into that apartment, into that compound, because they said it was some kind of twin flat. It's an estate, and they even have two guards before you coming in there. But when those guys, when they came in, those robbers, they said they were like 10 or 15. Then the first thing they did was that they confronted one of the guards there, and that one, sustained a kind of, injury there. This was according to the police when it was also on Arise TV.
Regarding the circumstances surrounding the incident, to set the record straight, some Udnon, armed robbers specifically, gain access into unique apartments where Somi lives. A twin 3-story, 18-flat apartment around the Girishiri end of Katampe under Mabushi divisional area. At this point in time, 2 guards were on duty, security men. These are private guards. And one of them, who had the courage to challenge, sustained a gunshot. Under this condition, the panic that will have resulted from this kind of environment. Somi actually occupied an apartment on the topmost floor of the building. And out of the fear, she jumped down from that 3rd story, the top floor. The consequences is what we have seen. It's so sad, so unfortunate.
Sometimes when you need apartment or house that has, first floor, second floor, third floor, people believe that the top floor is always safe because before the armed robber will walking in there, at least one way or the other, people will have calling police and they will have, run away. But they said they called the police and the police, they weren't there on time. But can you imagine if 15 armed robbers ransacked a whole flat without, police being there on time? I mean, because it's not going to be a kind of 30 minutes operation. It's going to be at least an hour. And you want to tell me that within that hour, police cannot come in there?
See, the situation is this. When we are talking of response time, it's a function of several factors. All right? When was the call made to the police? Where was the location of the police team as at that point in time? What is the proximity? What is the nature of environment we are contending with? Okay? These are the factors that determine what time the police will arrive there. Okay? Take note. These are developing areas with streets that are not numbered. It's happening in so area. You need to place this one on the Google and see how you can navigate to that environment. These are things that determine when the police will get to that location. See, something happening in Mabushi, that area might be closer to Maitama than to Mabushi. But when we are raising concern to Mabushi division will be moving. It's on the basis of, on proximity rule, so division, move to the location. I think as at that point in time, the police got to that place 20 minutes after 3.
All right.
And the deed has been done.
But some people said they took Somi to the hospital. And when they got to the hospital, that they asked for her ID before they would treat her. And, around that area there, that was when she gave up the ghost. But the police account was quite different. The police said they were the one that took Somi to the hospital.
Well, have you...
At last, this rescue call was read to the command control room. Policemen moved to the scene. What they could see, the unconscious body of Somi on the floor. They picked her there and then and took her to Maitama General Hospital, where the doctor on duty tried as much as possible to see whether they can resuscitate her using the CPR. It's unfortunate. He couldn't make it. And that was the story.
But like I said, the story, is still evolving. We still haven't get the real cocoa of the matter. But this is what we have in the public space. You can also check it. So, the thing might change tomorrow, but as at the time when we're recording this video, this is the information at our disposal. So, if the story changes in the future, please, we hope you bear with us. We've recorded this video before now. And that was the account of Somi, how she gave up the ghost. And we've seen a lot of Nigerians, they've trooped out to condemn the attack. And can you imagine, Abuja, which is supposed to be one of the safest places in Nigeria, is being robbed by more than 15 armed robbers, at once, and nothing was done. On that very day, if you go to FCT Minister's house, you will see maybe like 6 police officers there. So for you want to travel to Nigeria, please think twice, because Nigeria is not all that safe as we speak now. Maybe when things change hands, maybe when another government comes in, maybe Nigeria will be safe. But as we speak now, it's not safe at all. Every day you hear kidnapping here and there. Can you imagine Nigeria negotiating with kidnappers? Kidnappers, they are here right in front of you with a lot of cartridges, on themselves. And still, Nigerian government, they can't even arrest them. And the people they left back to the bush, they came back again. They said they didn't fulfill their promise. They came to attack, that community again. Nigeria has turned to a kind of banana republic. And if Nigerian government cannot, give basic security to its citizens, then Nigeria is not a place where you should dream of going. So please, my brother in the diaspora, before you relocate to Nigeria, think twice. If someone famous like Somi with resources and security can be lost like that, what happened for the everyday citizens in Nigeria. You're planning to go home, my brother, my sister, to be with your family, to build Nigeria for them, because you stayed far abroad before. I know that is noble, but the danger is real. Even in safe areas like that Katampe place there, do you even trust the institution? Do you trust the police? Do you trust the hospital? What about the security? They might not be reliable. Please, you may find heartbreak, betrayal, and the same system you escaped, sometimes ago before you travel to Budoibo. Don't come home blind. Come home prepared. Check the security of where you're going to live. Understand your area. Don't assume that return means safety. This is like carrying gold back to your village. You believe your people will guide you, but when you arrive and you find out that your lock has been broken, your guard is asleep, and your gold got missing. The tragedy didn't happen because robbers were powerful. No, it happens because the defense was weak. And that was the reason why those criminals, they managed to enter those apartments. If Sommie's worst fear was being unsafe in her own country after living abroad, remember it. If you are abroad right now, thinking of returning home, please, it's not always the country that kills your dream. Sometimes it's the system that kills you. I ask, will I be safe? Will I have young children? Will hospital respond? Will police answer the call? Somtochukwu is no longer with us again. That story of Jackpa's story, she will never explain it again. But for those of us who are still working, who still hope that one day that we're going to go back to Nigeria, please and please, we must carry her as a warning. If you're thinking of moving home, take your eye. Don't arrive with your back torn. Did you feel unfulfilled abroad? Like she said, do you plan to return home? What must Nigerians do so this doesn't happen again? Share this story. Make a noise. Let Somi's life not be in vain. African Black Gold TV, where we tell the story of our fears. Stay alert with us.